Greetings. In this part of our discussion, we are discussing the terrorism of the Israeli nation, 3,000 years back, that is being repeated today for the last 70 years. But remember, we didn't reach this part of the discussion today before we discussed how they lie about the promise from God to Abraham to give the land to his offspring. How they lied in every little bit of information God said, that the offspring will be numerous like the number of the bodies in the heaven. And we explained how the book says they were always small in number, so they do not fit the prophecy or the promise. And the promise was for Ishmael. We also have seen how miserable and rotten they were through their history past. They were always rotten, miserable. Also, on the other hand, I would like to mention at this point, before we continue chapter 11, from the book of Joshua, this rotten, miserable book of terrorism. See, the first time they were kicked out from the Holy Land, they went, to slavery, and then they came back, and then they were kicked again out from the Holy Land at the hand of Rome. They went to neighboring countries. Hundreds of thousands of them went to neighboring countries from the Arab nation in the Middle East. They lived side by side. They never had any hardship. They were friends. They were buddies, to the Arabs. In the matter of fact, today, in this miserable terrorist state of Israel, we have Israelis that are called Arab Israelis. Arab Israelis. Because they have been living among the Arabs for the last 2,000 years. In harmony. In beautiful peace. None like what they have faced in the West. If the West was so oppressive against the Israeli Jews, the Middle East wasn't. In Arabian Peninsula, they were treated miserably because they tried to kill and destroy Islam and the Prophet. So they deserved what happened, the consequence of their actions, the result of their evil, rotten evil. But beside that, in Egypt, in Morocco, in Tunisia, in Syria, in Lebanon, in you name it, even in Palestine, there were few of them, remnant of them still in Palestine. In Iraq, in the Near East, in the Far East, they lived in peace, except in the West. Forget the West. We don't want to mention the West. What happened to them in the West? What they claim, and the lies included. But here, among the Arabs, they were like brethren. They used to say, and this is true, because the Arabs are from Ishmael and the Israelis are from Isaac, and those were brothers from two different mothers, Hagar and Sarai. That's true. But the same father, Abraham. So they used to live like cousins, like family, in the Middle East among the Arabs. But what happened? When they came back, this time with the help of the stupid West, that brought them against, the wish of the Lord to Palestine, and they lie and they say God, brought them. It wasn't enough to come and live. The Palestinians are so hospitable, wonderful people, innocent back then. They received them. They said hello. They were here before, so there is nothing new. They are coming back between their cousins. They were living in peace until the Israelis decided, no, this is not good enough. We want the full state for ourselves. We don't want the Palestinians here. So they kicked the hundreds of thousands of Palestinians into refugee camps in the north, in Lebanon and Syria, in the east, in Jordan, down south to Egypt, and all over the world. Millions of Palestinians today are refugees, and they cannot go back home to their land of Palestine. Millions, hundreds of thousands or maybe millions, even refugees in Palestine itself, living in camps, in tents. And more are being refugees because Israelis are destroying homes every day in Palestine because they need the land for new immigrants from all over the world, from the Israeli nation. So Israelis decided, no, we want this country for ourselves. We don't want the Palestinians here. Kick them out. And they are trying until today to throw them, and they say Arabia is big, Jordan is big, Saudi Arabia is big, Iraq is big. Why don't they go there? Palestine is small. Why they want to stay here? Well, this is their land. This is their land. What do you mean why they want to stay there? You want to kick them out and you don't want them even to have a claim over their own property? This is how stupid and miserable terrorists are you? But soon, the countdown started. The countdown started for the destruction of this stupid Israeli terrorist state. The countdown started. And it's going to be in the next 5 to 6 years, max. That's the end of the story for them. Not the end of the world, but the end of the Israelis, the stupid terrorist Israeli state that is killing and torturing the Palestinians daily for the last 70 years, showing the Palestinians hell. Will will backfire in their faces in less than 5 years, or maybe 6 years. It's very soon. You know, those of us, you know, who are not too old, you know, we may live to see this. Then I will come again, and this time on TV, and I'll tell you, in 2016, I told you so. But you didn't listen. Very well, I wanted to continue with chapter 11 today, but, you know, I had to mention, you know, a few points here to clear the air, to make you understand that Joshua, before destroying and killing and committing massacres, he is mentioning the names of the people, the owner of the land. He's going to go to destroy them, to kill them, to commit massacre, to smite with the sword, you know, every living, breathing soul, and then steal everything they had and rape the land for the Israelis to colonize. Like they are doing, you know, colonies, you know, today in Palestine. Every day, new colonies, new buildings, in hundreds of thousands over Palestinian land. They are raping the Palestinian land today on a daily basis. Imagine. With the help of the stupid, rotten West. This democratic, civilized West. There is no more rotten and barbaric ever than this stupid West, helping this terrorist Israeli nation. Very well. So we'll continue chapter 11 next time, I hope. And until next time, take care and be safe.